Crack him if you got him. So this,
Just let it go.
I've been bringing up a lot. I've been bringing up a lot of the comments as I can, but there is one that I want to talk about quickly here, which might be a good segue into our mock draft. Rolando Rodriguez says, Cowboys fan, move Beebe to right guard and Hoffman to center. Just need a veteran swing tackle. Cheers, crack him if you got him. That's from an earlier comment he made where he was saying, Cowboys fan, what's up from Texas? Just join the chat. Beers emoji. Cheers, crack him if you got him.
Of course.
Did you hear that Beebe is moving to right guard? Go Cowboys. So I just wanted to kind of, as we talk about Zach Martin retiring, we talked about the top of the show. Who do we have team members who are going to fill that hole, and how does that play into how we're drafting tonight? Big fella, since it's the offensive line, I want to hear from you. Do you take Hoffman and put him at center?
Well, and Big Fella has an in with Hoffman.
Exactly.
With the Cowboy Up podcast. So he's very versed on this.
This is unfair because I wanted Brock to start at center last year. I wanted Beebe to play guard. I wanted Tyler to move out to tackle, and I thought that would have been our best offensive line. My thing is, you forget about TJ Bass played a hell of a second half of the season too, because when Beebe got hurt and Hoffman had to play center, TJ Bass went to guard, and actually the Cowboys didn't miss a beat. They actually played pretty well. So that's one thing the Cowboys have done pretty well is their backup offensive linemen have played really well. Remember when a backup came in for the Cowboys offensive line, you just like, oh shit.
It used to be loss. It used to be a loss.
You're just like, oh man, how many times Dak is going to eat the turf? But they have improved. So I don't think that's going to happen. But if it does, I still love it. Long as Brock is in the starting lineup to me, because we call him on our show Mr. Nasty Time. So if you ever seen that movie Friday, he tell his girl, hey, it's Mr. Nasty Time. so Brock.
That's funny. We call AJ that.
Yeah, because you see in the highlights, Brock is always starting a fight. Even when we interviewed him, he said in training camp that Sam Williams and Beatrice fight, he started it. He said if it's a fight on the field and the Cowboys are on offense, 99.9% of the time he started it. So anybody that got attitude like that on the offensive line, I'm all for it. I love the nasty offensive line, the mean Eric Williams type former Cowboys. If you don't remember him, the only one who dominated Reggie White ever, So, hey, man, that's what I like. I just like big, nasty guys. You can be nice and have a beer like we always do, but when it's time to punch somebody in the mouth, I want somebody knocked the fuck out.
Hell yeah.
Big fella just got me. We're taking 5 offensive linemen. Let's just find. I don't care about anything other than mean players. Yeah, hell yeah, big fella.
Well, I gotta. So with the new offensive line coach and having Clayton Adams come in, how do you feel that the offensive line plus the offensive line, but also the offensive run game is going to happen? Do you think we're going to see an improvement on that, big fella?
I am very optimistic because our player personnel director on the Cowboy podcast is a Cardinals fan, and he was sad that they lost him. He said, Chris, you're going to love him. You're going to love him. He said, I actually wanted him to be our head coach.
Wow.
Okay. And this was from a Cardinals fan. So he is our offensive coordinator and our offensive line coach. I think this is going to be a big improvement. I think it's one of the best hires in the coaching staff that the Cowboys did.
Wow.
Guys, just on that too, with this new staff, what's the expectations here going into the season without knowing free agency, without knowing the draft?
Yes! 17-0 in a Super Bowl trophy.
We are back, Chris. We are so back.
It's the offseason, baby.
Anthony, you're wrong. 19-0 Super Bowl.
Thank you for correcting me. Thank you for correcting me, Chris.
Woo, he just got spanked.
You got mollywopped,
I'm okay with that. The only person I'll let mollywop me and spank me is Big Fella.
Anything else from Chad here? Or?
R2J2, who's an Eagles fan, says, I just looked at the Eagles report card, training staff, B+, training room, B- to give comparison.
Yeah, well, those guys.
Well,
they also have to live in Philadelphia.
I know. And you know what?
Sorry, R2J2, we're friends, I swear.
R2J2, though, a B+ in Philly? That's got to be an A+ in Dallas.
And then just people in the chat were also talking about the all the rule changes and stuff. And when we were talking about how good the line was for the Eagles, they're talking about banning the tush push. Do we think what kind of changes do we think? That's
I'll be so
through?
mad if they ban that. That's so dumb.
I'll be pissed off. I'll be pissed off.
Same.
Man, it's a man's sport. And if you can't stop it, that's your fault, bro.
Yep.
It's football. Football started from rugby.
Yep.
It's a rugby play. That's all it is a rugby play. It's a scrum. Who can get lower and who can push? And that's all it is. If anybody banned the tush push, and this is coming from a Cowboy fan, you're fucking soft.
Totally.
You're soft.
I 100% agree. The only thing I could see is that they try to rework a rule that's already in the book and make it cover that. But regardless, I have the same intensity there, Chris.
Yeah.
Beat it then.
Yeah, you know
Figure
what
out
I
how
love?
to fucking beat it.
You know what I loved? Watching Washington, Frankie Louvu diving over the fucking top, trying to stop it. If this is the NFL is a game where you find on offense something that works, and then it's up to defensive coaches and defensive strategists and GMs to draft players that can be in place to stop it. You want to stop it as a NFC East team? Draft big motherfuckers to put in the middle of your defense.
Yeah, I guess you need a bit.
Weigh them.
I guess you need a 340-pound DT nose tackle there to.
They figured something out.
Yeah,
Something out to stop it. If they ban it, that's bullshit. I would be, even though I know it sucks to watch, and you're like, the tush push is coming up. They have made the perfect team to be able to do it.
Yep.
So
don't let them get within 3 yards. Then.
Yeah, don't stop them.
And then just a last chat comment before we get it right into this draft here. It's just a tag on the Hoffman. Star Trek says, love Hoffman's crazy demeanor, but can he handle 17 plus games at center? Big fellow, what's the inside scoop on Hoffman and his 17 plus game endurance?
He's a fucking football player.
Yeah.
That's a great answer.
He's not a running back. He's not a wide receiver. Offensive lineman average over 10 years in the NFL. Okay, he hadn't started, but maybe 15 games in his career, maybe.
Yep.
17 games is nothing.
Light work.
Man, to me, the best offensive lineman to me is after year 10, 11. 12, dude. They got all their leverage and everything. Just go and talk to Kelsey. He said he sucked when his first 5 years in the league, and he learned how to play. He learned how to get leverage and get strength and get and do things on the offensive line. And the older he got, the better he got.
Yeah.
So playing games and that doesn't mean nothing to me. I can care. They can play 30 games, and I want him starting all 30.
Hey, apparently not with our C- training staff. I don't think we have the durability there, big fella. Don't think we have the durability, big fella.